everybody, welcome back to Knowledge Work Nexus. It's Kara. So I'm going to walk you through the QuickAdd settings that I've just walked through in the article that accompanies this, and I'm going to put the link to the article down below. So we're going to come over here to Settings, and I've already got QuickAdd selected here. I'm going to actually just basically walk through this medical appointment again, just so you can see what this looks like. So I'm going to come over here to the name option, and I'm going to put in medical appointment. And I want this to be a quick add using a template, so I don't need to change this option, but you'll see there are lots of different options here. And I'm going to give this a second name, new, we'll give it a 2 there, and I'm going to select add choice. Okay, so now that we have this added in here, notice it doesn't alphabetize these. I kind of wish it did on its own, but it doesn't. So I can drag and drop these. If you don't use the lightning bolt, so if you don't make this available in your command palette on its own, this is the order that they'll appear to you in if you just trigger quick add and then select from that list. I personally like alphabetical, to the point that I'm even going to drag this up here. Okay, so then we're going to go ahead and set our settings for our medical appointment 2. And because I set my templates path over here, all I have to do is come over here and select which template I want to use. We're going to use our medical appointment template. And then, as I discussed in the article, I do want to set my file name format. And I'm going to use quite a few variables here. I don't think I went into it in the article, but there is a V date. So if you start typing in these curly braces, it'll show you a list of the different variables that you have. I have had difficulty getting the V date to work the way the documentation says. I'm sure it's something I'm doing, but I just cheat and use value. Oops. And so in here, we're going to type the value's name. So this is the appointment date, and then a space and dash and another space. And then we're going to do another value, and this is going to be our select value. So I'm going to select from each of these different options that I'm going to type in here separated by commas. So again, these are my medical appointments. So we're going to do like appointment types. So we're going to do medical, oncology, therapy, dental, optical, and other. Oops, I forgot chiropractic, and other. I think that's really all the ones I have, but just in case, I leave other in there, and then I could always change it if I want to. And then with, and then we're going to do one more value variable. We're going to do value, and we're going to do provider. So that'll be the doctor's name. Okay, and then I want this to be created in a specific folder. And again, as I talk through in the article, there are lots of options here. I'm just going to show you the option that I use, which is the specific folder path. I want this to go in my medical appointments. You have to click the add button here. I have forgotten that so many times and had to come back and reset it. And then we're going to append the link. So the way I'm using this is that I'm going to trigger this on the daily note where the appointment occurs. And so I do want a link to be added to that daily note. You can set these options however works with you. If the file already exists, I'll increment the file name. I do want to open the created file. I typically always leave it in the default mode, but you do have the option to open in preview or in source. I do want it to split, and I want it to split vertical, and I want it to focus on the new pane. All right, so we've got all those options set. Now we are going to decide whether or not we want this to trigger as a quick add. I'm actually going to leave this one on and go ahead and trigger this one too, since they do have different names. And while we're here, I'm going to point out to you that since I have this set up now, I can just duplicate it using this option. So if let's do this with my meeting note one. I don't need a third meeting appointment. I can just duplicate and see it has copy there. I can also delete these if I want. So we'll delete that. I'll also delete my, and I'll leave it there. Okay, so now we're going to fire off our quick add. So let's go ahead and close this. And this is our test daily note. I tested it with another version of this just a minute ago. We're going to go to our command palette, and you can do quick And notice that it will show you all of the different quick adds that you have. So these are the two that have the lightning bolts next to them now. And then I also have the option to open a quick switcher, to run QuickAdd up here, and that will show me all of my options. So let's look at that version, and then I can select which one I want. But let's close that, and let's do it again here, Command P, and do medical, and now I can just choose the medical appointment option. So we'll do medical appointment 2. I haven't tested this one, so if anything goes wrong, you guys get to see it live. Let's do, okay, perfect. So I have a therapy appointment coming up on the 24th. And then I'm just going to hit OK. This is a therapy appointment, and this is with Jack. And hit OK. Now, what's happening here, you're like, I just set this. This is because in the medical appointment template that I shared in the article, I also have a chooser that is asking me, hey, which kind of appointment this is, so it can fill that property in for me. So this is therapy. So you do end up choosing that twice, but that's okay. It just makes this more searchable in a lot of different ways. So there we go. We see all of my options here. I've got my medical appointment in here, and it's got appended to my my test daily note as well. Hope that's helpful.